Fast, focused, and fearless. Here's everything you need to know as you jumpstart your day. I'm Pauline Verzosa. The Office of the Vice President, or OVP's 2025 budget proposal was cut by more than half by the House Appropriations Committee. From 2 billion pesos, the OVP's 2025 budget was slashed to 733.2 million pesos. The funding cuts came from allocations for financial assistance, professional services, and utilities, supplies, and materials, as well as rentals and leases. The Financial Assistance Fund will be reallocated to the Department of Social Welfare and Development, or DSWD, and the Health Department. Vice President Sara Duterte previously claimed that her office can work even without a budget. And this is not yet the final budget, as it needs approval in the House plenary debates. In other news, a Bureau of Corrections official has claimed that former President Rodrigo Duterte congratulated him over the phone for the death of 3 alleged Chinese drug lords in a Davao prison. Bucor Senior Superintendent Gerardo Padilla changed his statement and told lawmakers that Duterte indeed called him when he was the chief of the Davao Prison and Penal Farm in 2016. He also said that former PCSO General Manager Reina Garma called him about the order to kill the alleged drug lords. Garma, a former police official in Central Visayas, denied Padilla's claims.
He lied on the first hearing. The second hearing, because he was detained, might be he realized that sa kanya lahat ang siyang may kasalanan. He need a fall guy. And it's easy to just blend on the facts presented during the first hearing, and it's easy to say he feared his life.
Meanwhile, the House Quadcom cited former presidential spokesperson Roque in contempt again, and this is due to his failure to submit the necessary documents about his properties. Some lawmakers accused Roque of getting more properties and assets due to his connection to Pogos. Roque called the latest move by the lawmakers as a witch hunt against the Dutertes and their allies.
Ang iniimbestigahan dito, Pogo. Ano naman ang kinalaman ng mga personal records sa Pogo na yan? Samantalang, yung aming family corporation na Biancham, binuo yan 2014 pa, wala pa sa Pilipinas ang mga Pogo, no?
Meanwhile, Congressman Manix Delipe maintains that Vice President Sara Duterte has to explain how she spent her office's funds. Delipe warned that Duterte may be liable for graft if she cannot do that. Here's an excerpt from his interview on The Big Story.
How serious are you viewing the situation?
Well, she has to explain it, because if you look at the points raised in that issue, she has to explain on how she spent those funds. Because if you will not be able to explain, there's only one way to go. That's a draft case. So there's only one interpretation in that. So we were hoping that the Vice President would be able to explain her side, and we were hoping that since she appeared during the first hearing, she would again be back the second time to explain the issues raised against her office. So, but with that, I think we will just wait on the office of the Vice President or the Vice President herself to explain. Unless if she'll not be able to explain, as what a lot of House members sense, that it will now be a very big problem for her because it will boil down to a draft case.
Congressman Delipe, do you think this might set a precedent? Because I noticed that every so often during budget deliberations, these COA notices, these audit notices are often brought up. Would another department be at danger of suffering the same fate as the OVP for having some, dubious audits or not having passed audits?
Just like in any budget process that we undergo every year, the executive budget is subject to scrutiny. So each and every House member would want to see that what we appropriated previously in the previous year and what the department or agency is asking for the succeeding year is proper. And since this is taxpayers' money, and it is the job of the House of Representatives, it's our constitutional duty, it's our constitutional mandate to see and check and scrutinize the proposed budget. So it is not abnormal, but it's just but normal that when members of the House of Representatives would always bring out some of these notice of disallowances, because it's part of the process, trying to check whether the funds given to a department, funds given to an agency, was used in accordance to the purpose of how it should be spent when they presented it to Congress when they presented it to the House of Representatives on the purpose for the use of such funds.
Let's now take a quick look at today's other headlines. In the Philippine Star, President Marcos will skip this year's UN General Assembly. The Philippines, though, will still convey its positions on key global issues through Chief Diplomat Enrique Manalo. The high-level session is scheduled from September 24 to 28 in New York City. And in business world, the World Bank is confident that the Philippine economy will continue to perform well. It expects the country to grow by an average of 5.9% from this year until 2026. Economic managers are targeting 6 to 7% growth this year and up to 7.5% in 2025. The number of dengue cases in the country has continued to increase this year. The Health Department has recorded over 208,000 dengue cases so far. This is 68% higher than the 124,000 infections reported in the same period last year. Health Secretary Ted Herbosa said the government must take immediate action to address the rise of dengue cases brought by the rainy season. The Creamline Cool Smashers emerged as the champion of the PBL Invitational Conference. Creamline defeated Signal in a 5-set thriller, completing a season Grand Slam. They also won the All-Filipino Conference and Reinforced Conference. With this, Creamline became the first PBL team to win 3 conferences in one season. They also finished the Invitational's preliminary round with a 4-game sweep. Meanwhile, Signal had a 3-1 record with 1 loss coming only from the Cool Smashers. The PLDT Smart Foundation has launched a mobile library that aims to provide students with more opportunities to read and learn. Mobile journalist Amy Atienza with that report.
The PLDT Smart Foundation, or PSF, continues its mission to provide assistance in education and livelihood development as part of its 30th year of service. The celebration launched the organization's multimedia van project called the Extraordinary Mobile Library. This solar-powered truck aims to reach Filipino students in remote areas of the country and reduce the digital divide in Philippine education. The mobile library includes laptops, tablets, books, and a television, giving students the opportunity to access online learning resources.
Actually, this is a fruit of our experience of seeing several models, and of course, because we see the needs on the ground. We have seen how our students lack this basic equipment and the connectivity. In fact, that's our philosophy in PLDT Smart Foundation, ETC, Equip, Train, Connect. So this is like putting it all together, the mobile van, the multimedia library, our school in the bag, and even our smart cards, actually, that's also part of that whole strategy.
The event also introduced PSF's livelihood project with Food Smart Carts in partnership with ASA Philippines Foundation. With the help of Alagang Kapatid Foundation, PSF initially provided food carts to 2 beneficiaries from Marikina and Taytay Rizal. The smart carts not only offer materials for starting a business but also provide a platform for online cash transactions through Maya's Cash In and Cash Out service, along with a free phone from Huawei Philippines.
Of course, we will try to grow them more. We have, with our partners, we are trying to get more smart cards out there. So we will be choosing our beneficiaries, also together with the Alagang Kapatid Foundation, as well as our partners in ASA Philippines and other partners like the DSWG.
The 30th anniversary program also included a mass celebrated by Reverend Father Anton Pascual, followed by a simple feast. Partners of the PLDT Smart Foundation, including Photon, Huawei, Fiber Home, Maya, Alagang Kapatid Foundation, and ASA Philippines Foundation, attended the event.
Thank you very much. Maraming salamat sa lahat ng aming partners sa PLDT Smart Foundation. Hindi namin makaabot itong 30 years without your help. So maraming salamat and we look forward to working together again for more years.
The poor is not lazy, they just lack the opportunity. And as PSF continues to move forward after 30 long years, may they continue to reach and touch more lives in the country. Mobile Journal Amy Atienza, BR1 News.
And those are the top stories of the hour. Join us later at 9 a.m. as we continue to monitor the day's biggest stories. I'm Pauline Verzosa. We are One News.